I still want to intro with I'm also casting with the artist formerly known as Dreamboat, Mr. Grant Morrison. I want to do it. I want to do it.
Purple rain.
Oh
Purple
wait,
rain.
I thought you were kidding.
Wait, what? Oh my god, I hate you, Mitch.
Wow, I hope that makes sense to nobody else except us. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to
Hi.
CappingTV's ESEA Mountain Dew League Season 29 coverage. As I try to make sense of the man that is to my left of my Discord. My name is Justin Lutz, aka Cyberwaste, and I am with the artist formerly known as Dreamboat, Mr. Grant Morrison.
You are actually to my left. I am on your right. I need to clear off my chair. This is cruel.
Just crop it out, you're fine.
You know what? All that stuff could just go over there. Hi guys. Hi Twitch. Hi 3 viewers. I'm Dreamboat. My headphones are on backwards. This is a good time.
You're trying to assimilate to us because we do everything backwards in Australia, I'd assume.
That's right, I'll just piss off Paul NA. Easy enough. C9 jersey, liquid hat, Counter-Strike on the card. Why not?
Why not? It's all gonna make sense. All right, so let's break things down before things.
Hi, live stream fails. This is the 3rd time I've been on you. It is always an honor, and well, let's. I guess we're keeping the annual trend of this being the case.
Can we wear that?
Every
wear
year.
That badge with pride, Mr. Morrison. I'll tell you.
I'll only wear it with pride if I actually end up on live stream fails this time.
Fingers crossed.
Funnily enough, the second.
You're gonna be known for anything.
They're all not my fault.
Oh, come on, just roll with it. Just roll with it.
They're all not my fault. So the first one, our producer told us we were clear, and we weren't clear, and my co-caster said that TF2 was dead on a TF2 stream. That was the first one. The second one,
it's endearing.
The second one, our producer came back too early and my co-caster hit a "what, really?" with his mouth full of chocolate and water and spilling stuff everywhere. And then all of us laughed for 5 minutes. And now here we are once again live when I'm not expecting to be ready. Thanks to our producers. They like to see me squirm. That's the only thing I can think of.
That's how they test you and keep you on your toes in production, my friend.
I honestly, I think it's payback for them having to deal with me 24/7 because
I put up with you in multiple games. I think that's account for something. I'll say that much.
Oh well, it is up to the viewers as to whether or not that counts for anything.
They're probably all just thinking these two guys are doofuses. Okay, well,
I think more to the point, they're thinking suka bliet.
Okay, we've gotten all our banter out of the way. We've got that out of our system. Thank you for your patience and understanding. And for tonight's matches, we actually have something extremely interesting going on. We will be featuring both of the matches of Order in their campaign going on this evening. They're currently at 9-0, and by the end of tonight, they might end up at 11-0, and they have a couple of opponents that want to spoil that. They have Grad Zero in a few minutes' time, and then MC after that. What do you really make of this, Mr. Morrison?
Well, first of all, I make of it that my game is apparently on a black screen, and now my entire camera is black. But as I tab out and get some light here at some point, hopefully, we'll see. What I do make of that is that you have to imagine Order are favored in both of these games. Somewhat. I mean, they've looked good. They're 9-0. These teams not really on the same par as them. They'll bring something, and that's what I'm looking, I guess, most forward to. Is we're gonna see good effort come out of these teams. I don't know if they're good enough to topple Order at this point, but we'll find out.
It's still a point of contention because it's one of the constantly running narratives is who won the shuffle. Like you see Tainted Minds running roughshod on everyone. You see the recently gutted all with a couple of trades that are still trying to find their feet. They haven't really found a blemish thus far, at least in terms of the Mountain Dew League and how that's checking out with still a flawless run, and that's looking to continue. But it's going to be a bit of a rough time for these lesser experienced teams and the ones that are really wanting to sort of prove themselves and be in the middle of the pack, and maybe even play spoiler a little later on, depending on how the matchups play out.
Answer that someone gave me on who won the shuffle was nobody. And I started to think, like, is that a possibility? Did no one actually win this shuffle? And I think that's the thing, is all of these teams have benefited in different ways. I think a couple of teams definitely were losers. But at this point, I'm not sure you can inherently say that one team won the shuffle.
Yeah, I could definitely be in agreement with that because that term is so loose too. Like there isn't really going to be a winner of those sorts of events, especially when they happen on such an elongated basis. And there's always this constant sense of volatility in a lot of lineups in Australian CS. And maybe we'll see that settle down, or we might see it continue. We're not sure.
Hallelujah, my game launched finally on
Hooray!
God bless the beauty that is when things don't run just quite right.
I know the feeling. Anywho, we are going to go on to our first map of the evening, and it will be Cash or Cache. Sorry, I have to say it correctly, or people are going to get angry with me.
Well, I mean, you know the beautiful thing about tonight, right?
What's that?
We are not only doing an order doubleheader, we're doing a cache doubleheader.
Familiar with the ins and outs of said map, and it's a lot easier for our producer to observe as opposed to a couple of other maps that are a little bit more tricky to get around in terms of using the camera correctly.
The one that's like one letter off of Nike especially comes to mind.
Yeah. And what is also a nickname of one of the players on the Dallas Stars, but that's an obscure bit of trivia for you.
Who?
Ballerina Nichushkin.
They call him Nuke? Really?
Yeah.
Oh. All right. Good for them.
I
don't know.
Don't ask. Don't ask. There are plenty of ones that I don't get, and I just roll with it.
Yeah. To be fair, like Elias Pettersson, or sorry, let me try and pronounce that better. Elias Pettersson, is nicknamed the Alien. So,
Okay. Right.
they actually have good reason for it. It's because he does things that are so out of this world and insane,
Really?
and stuff that like no 19-year-old does in that league at that. He's basically just Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. I'm Dreamboat, still with Cyber Waste, but we're focusing this time. No more of that like ice puck thingamabob that me and my fellow Canadians talk about all the time. No, no more of that. We're here for some Counter Strike. Order versus Ground Zero, followed by Order versus MC Esports. Both maps are cash. We are here on Capping TV. You see some bomb plants, some big time frags, and hopefully everyone's PC is running a-okay. We do have all of Ground Zero here right now, just waiting on order. But while we wait, Cyber Waste, you want to tell me what to anyone or everyone in this game?
Oh, yes, indeed. The one player I definitely watch out on order, aside from Inns, who was part of a big blockbuster trade, basically at the first week of this Mountain Dew League season between Tainted Minds and Order, and then that was where Sicko went. I've been keeping an eye on Inns and Zeph. Zeph being the new member of Order, and word around the camp, he's found his place actually rather quickly after being signed, which is a good sign for, especially on a game that's so team orientated and so ingrained into reflexes and big cohesive as Counter Strike is. But we do have all 10 members here, and we should be underway very, very shortly for our first match of a pair, and it will be all order all night. So strap in.
And we'll see if they can bring some order to the wild, wild west that is Australian CS:GO.
And there's a narrative I did bring up earlier, but I cannot stress this enough. They're currently on a 9-0 record. Tainted Minds is at the top of the 10-1 record. If Order wins both games tonight, they will jump Tainted Minds in the standings for the Mountain Dew League.
And that would be something.
Definitely be a statement. And well, it's just glancing over this top four, it could all but solidify the top four at least moving forward. And then the further you go down, it's a bit of a mixed bag and a curious being.
Well, especially since there's a little more incentive to establish yourself as one of the top Australian teams right now, being as if I'm not mistaken, Tyloo get a direct invite to the Katowice minor qualifier, whereas like they don't need to go through the full qualification thing. They're already in the next major, so we get two teams from the Australian / Asian qualifier, right? So establishing yourself as the next big Australian team might mean that you get a shot at the next major.
Indeed, and we, as much as I love the Renegades, I own one of their jerseys. Let's not beat around the bush. They've taken a lot of the forefront of Australian CS and what we represent. There is a lot more now. I think the teams are hungrier than ever. If you look at the top four, or even the top six in Australian CS and how hard they go, and even in the last little while, we've seen Tainted Minds and Greyhound work overseas. And well, the more opportunities more of these teams get, the better the scene as a whole is going to be.
Good old Greyhound. Has anyone answered the $1 million question when it comes to Dick Stacy?
What, is he marketable?
No, does Dick Stacy's mom got it going on?
Oh, jeez. I think that was a reason people were avoiding that joke for the longest time because it just doesn't fly.
It's all just right there for you, though. It's a
It just
fantastic
doesn't
song.
work.
It's a fantastic song, though. Fountains of Wayne. Like,
You're not wrong,
classic.
but it's dated as heck. Come on, man.
Look, I'm dated as heck, and I'm 22 years old, man. What do you expect from me?
Fair call. That's totally fair. We've, we've had a poor, had a little bit of connection issues for one of the members of Ground Zero, so we're just waiting for all of that to shake itself
Hey,
out.
spoiler alert, it's an Australian video game, connection issues.
Yes, they should be part of the course at this point.
If you had a bingo card for Australian Counter-Strike,
Oh, that
It would
has
be
to be
the
the
free
center square.
space.
That has to be the center square. There's no two ways about it. Even for a
Can
LAN
someone
event.
Is anyone out there listening, by the way, that's just like one of those creative types that loves this scene? Can someone make me one of those and just tweet it to me at Dreamboat Casts? I'd love to see that. And I'd love to try and like see how applicable it is to all my casts as well.
See how long it takes for us to fill out the board in one season of Mountain Dew League.
Listen, we could probably do it in 3 matches of AoE.
That's something for another time, friendo. And
Doesn't mean it's not true.
no, you're right. You're very right. But it looks like we do finally have all 10 in the server, and if Burns' connection figures itself out, let's check the numbers there. Yeah, that looks pretty good, and the ready call should come in very, very shortly for our first match of the evening.
So what I'm very curious to see is how both of these teams, like I still see like Nikez and Void are on M4A4. I'm curious to see like how that's going to shift, because as soon as that change came in, the first thing I expected was teams would start going back to the A1, so you have the option of the A1, and then you have an AUG when you want the spray, because it's basically the same price. We haven't quite seen that, as you know, we still got 2 M4s. I'm curious to see if that's going to be a shift that we continue to see in the scene as we are live into the knife round. Order versus Ground Zero, trying to shank each other to decide what side they're going to be on. We are going to have the first couple kills coming in. They're going the way of GZ. GZ getting 3. Order coming back with a couple of their own, though. Imagine is in a 2v2, but he's lost his friend Zeph. It is just Imagine. Both players are quite tagged up here. Imagine can pull this off. This will be an absolutely insane clutch. Can he do it? 1v2 with the knife. Looking around, they're coming straight at him. He's backing away. Just keeping him on a good old running spree, but he may find the first kill right there. Oh, he whiffs the shank. He gets tagged up, and he's going to go down. GZ winning knife round.
That's crucial, especially when you've got the record that you have against Order. It's been a bit rough. You're going to have to get every single advantage that you can, no matter the situation. They really had to work tooth and nail for that one. So, Ground Zero, given the power of choice, and well, judge from where they are right now, they have chosen to be your defenders.
And I do want to hand out an award before we go into the pistol round, and that's the Turtlenecks for being the first person to talk in chat, asking, is this Lickv? I think he means, is this live? And that green text, Cyberwaste, you know what that means. This match is live.
Indeed, and we'll run you down your starting lineups really, really quick. On the side of Ground Zero with the flashes, we have Burn IUK, Extinct, Destiny, Nikez, and Void. And on the side of Order, we have Imagine, Alistair, Zeph, Hats, and Inns. And now we just wait and see to what the terrorists are choosing to do next. It looks like they are all wanting to bust out onto the ESEA, and Extinct is looking to greet them, but Alistair will wring his head clean off his shoulders.
Destiny had a nice flank, but he got picked off very nicely. Imagine hitting a couple good shots. That figures things out as we're into the 2v2. Nick is on site right now. He's quad. That's going to be the first kind of challenge for them, as is Void lit heavily at Truck. It is just Imagine, though. 1 versus 2. He's got the P2K from that kill that he found. Tapping away. He needs to find anything. Bombs down. This isn't going to be easy for him. Now they have to rotate away from Truck. 1 versus 2 situation. Bomb down. I'm not sure if he likes his chances here, but he's going to start to work forward. Will he expect the player to be highway Cyberwaste? That's the $1 million question.
Well, given the previous positioning, I would highly tout that he does not know. He might smell a rat now, given nobody's peeked out from the Trump position, but Void will be the patient type and turn Imagine's brain into mush, and that is the pistol round for Ground Zero. And well, that's 1 hurdle done, and now let's hope they can keep that momentum going, because well, judging from these two and their match history, it's been all Order all day, and it's been absolutely dominant.
Yeah, it's not being terribly close. But hey, Ground Zero, pistol round. Now they got the SMGs out here. And nice nade stack catching, imagine. Saw both of those nades plop right down at his feet. That's not how they want to go. As these players are going to be busting out Squeaky right now. And they are into the meat grinder, blender, whatever you want to call it. They have been turned to juice. His destiny roasts them alive.
The bombing rod and then the torch. Not much you can really do about that. If you're Order, you may as well just accept it and go, yeah, that's the thing that happens, and just move about your day. But on the side of Order, if you look at their utility, they're not choosing to go the long distance. They're choosing to go with the old AKs, and well, it's rendered the helmet pretty much useless. But the side of Ground Zero, they're actually sticking with the SMGs. We're seeing this a lot more often now. This might end up biting them back because Burn is the first to go down at the hands of Zeph.
Well, they are here for a good time, not a long time. We'll see if these SMGs can make it work. Dropping down his destiny, and he drops right to his death. That was rest in peace to him, my friend. It's gonna be a retake likely coming in, although Void is miles and miles away. They may elect to still, like, it's tough. He's so far away. Is he just gonna save? So very confused.
It looks like Void's just want to get no part of it, or perhaps waiting for a frag or two from the members in the site where the bomb is down. But now time is definitely of the essence. So it might almost be time for the Ground Zero members to basically call it off and run away. And if you look at Order's HP, they could definitely cause a little bit of a ruckus if they could cause a few of the lower HP players, especially Imagine, to go down. He could breathe on him and he'd fall to his doom. But looks like both sides are choosing to repel apart from each other, and that will be 3 surviving and the entire team surviving for Order, and that is a big part of the economic standing for Order going on to the next rounds.
Yeah, there is no worse feeling than when you see the damage you've done and see that you hit a guy for 99.
I know the pain, and it never gets any easier to swallow.
I hit a guy point blank with the AUG today and did 99. You have no idea how heartbreaking, frustrating, and devastating that was. So imagine to get out and save the AK on 1 HP and no one dying on Order.
One of the most common calls. He's won. He's literally won. And then what do you know? He's actually 1 HP.
Oh man, that's so destroying. Just have to see how the players in Ground Zero respond. They have lost their first round of the game. We're only 3 rounds in, so it's not like it's a big feat or anything. But how will they deal with the rifles here? They still have those 2 SMGs on Extinct and Burn. Are you okay? Will he be okay?
What's jumped up to the vents and will riddle Zeph with bullets, and Destiny will do the same to Hats. So Ground Zero really not showing any signs of being discouraged at all, and really not showing any fear. They're really taking it to the side of Order. And Imagine and Inns have done a partial job of laying it to the side, but Destiny will lay a nade right at Alice's feet. Well, good night. Hope you like shrapnel in your teeth. That's exactly what you got. But the bomb is on the back of Inns and was being punched in until Burn with the MP5 said no more of that. He got an AK for his shovel. So now Ground Zero back on the winning side of the ledger.
Yeah, and they have the money to buy comfortably into this one. Well, there's a FAMAS dropped over, so not quite as comfy as they'd like, as Burn has picked up the AWP. It's be an interesting round here if Order are able to exploit it. They don't have a ton of flashes. They do have all the smokes in the world, though. Will that be enough? Looks like they're going to be grouping up towards an A-hit. Extinct and Nikez with the FAMAS are lying in wait.
I've seen defenders win a lot more with a lot less in the past, Graham. I'm pretty sure Ground Zero would be more than able to hold their own, but not if Nikez gets a bullet right to the skull. And
he did so much damage, but he didn't find a kill.
All tags, no frags. Hopefully a member of Ground Zero will do a bit of the cleanup, and Extinct has done his part in that one. But still, if you look at Zeph on 5 HP but still standing, but Extinct still being an absolute menace of quad. And oh, so much damage exchange, but nobody dropping. None of the key frags that you'd really want. And well, Order definitely not feeling safe anymore. They're just hightailing it out of there. And maybe Ground Zero have caught onto this and might catch a member of Order on the changeover to the B site. And Burns getting into a prime position to cut this attack off.
Oh, but he misses the shot, though. Gets the one through the box. That's massive. That was bomb dropped. Means the plant will be slower. That allows his teammate Extinct to come over as they try this 2-on-2 retake. Not terribly easy with only a smoke, but the health is quite bad on one of these players. This op can do a lot of work. It needs to find opening out of heaven here. And if he just knew where to drop that shot in to ins, I don't think they realize both players are on site. This could be costly for them as they start to move their way in. First shot will come through. Ins getting the kill onto Burn. Is Extinct. Gets the tag, but not able to find the kill. Hats winning the 1v1. 2K for him in the round. The Order getting their second round.
We could see a back and forth affair moving forward if this is how it's going to keep playing out. But on Ground Zero, they don't really have the coin to ante into this round, so barring any extreme 1-digs, which are entirely possible, Mr. Morrison. We've seen that before in the past. We've seen a lot of Australian CS live and die by their deagles, but not looking good thus far, with Destiny being the first casualty.
Oh, Extinct getting tagged up quite heavily. In's getting killed with the SMG, which is very nice, getting that nice kill bonus in. Isn't it great when you have an economist on your team knows that there is not armor, so these two MP5s are going to shred.
Yep, they're gonna demolish the members of Ground Zero, because if you don't have Kevlar, it's gonna be a rough time. And Void does end up taking down, imagine, a person he had legged earlier in the piece, and does get naked for his troubles. So all things considered, quite a you'd call that a win. But that's if
I call
Void
that
actually
pretty good.
But now he's got to survive.
Well, I think he's got the Gloria Gaynor blasting in his ears. I will survive. She says so. Finds the first kill on Alistair, but oh, he pulls out the flash. That's unfortunate. Zeph with the MP5 will kill him, and more importantly, they recover that AK since they still had only 2 MP5s. Good damage done regardless. Order came in with 2 AKs, only managed to hang on to one of them. So it's not so bad.
You call that a victory if you're Ground Zero, all things considered. But Zeph now hanging on to the MP5 still, and oh, 4 HE days. I'm expecting another bombing run. Please give us another bombing run.
It is bombs towards mid, which have nothing. Player on this B site taken up quite heavily. Will be a Void falling. B is far gone. This will be easy for Order.
Indeed, GZ, not so easy, it would seem. Well, they do have nothing to lose. They have a couple of 5.7s, a P250. They can throw people at the point, at the bomb site. Extinct's actually gotten a 5.7 frag and then a kill off a scavenged firearm. So this is definitely doable, but with ins, oh, you don't want to mess with him, and time is definitely on the side of ins. Burn, how sharp are you?
That is $1 million question. Not sharp enough.
Nope.
Evidently.
Deemed it far too risky to peek that once again, and the bomb did go boom. But that is a lot of rebuys forced for Order. And well, given GZ had given a couple of rounds of a buffer and have a nice loss bonus going in now. They're fully stocked, and Burn has the AWP on his back, and no matter where he goes, he's proven time and again, no matter the team, he's very formidable with that weapon.
Well, they are looking for any entrances that they can find right now. Oh, the dink onto ins through Squeaky is dirty, and Void on the other side of the map found the opening kill for the CT side. Ground Zero have a lot more legs into this game than I initially expected them to. Look at the position of Destiny right now. He's so deep into mid. These players are all lying around there. If he pushes up a little bit further, he'll find Bomb as they boost through mid.
That's not going to happen. And the AWP has actually been silenced there thanks to Zeph. And Alistair has gotten rid of Destiny, so that's thinned the defense out even more. And, well, if you're Ground Zero, you basically just have to think about where you're going to tread next and whether you're expecting a hit on to the B side and just stack there. Well, they don't have a choice now. Void is done and dusted, and Nick has gotten the reply to Zeph, so that is one thing going for them. And Nick has an extinctor in a tandem effort, dropping Hats and Alistair, and now Ins versus 2, and well, you were giving this to Order until literally about 15 seconds ago. This is extremely difficult now.
Extreme indeed. Ground Zero pulling it off, man. 4 rounds. Perhaps the impossible, or the seemingly impossible, is possible.
The numbers, the numbers alone cannot tell a full story. For those that are wondering about these two teams and their match history, it's well, Order 16-4 on Inferno during the ESL Pro League, and then 16-3 on Mirage in the ESL Pro League in their last back-to-back. And then during the qualifiers for WESG, Order had blown out the side of Ground Zero 16-5 on Mirage. So there's a chance we might not see a repeat of that scoreline, but imagine it's definitely what to keep the narrative at bay will riddle Destiny with bullets. Well, all things considered, that's a big enough frag, but they definitely don't have the firepower to really support it.
Well, with the positioning in mid right now, this is a little bit uncomfortable for Extinct. Smoke will go down just to try and buy him some time, but he's, I think, aware that Imagine might be in mid. In fact, he spotted him out, well aware of the situation. And now he is the only line of defense currently, but the rotators are starting to come around. He's starting to get some support in. Trying to hang on to this A-bomb site.
Really biding their time, Order. Can't really afford to split off, so you basically just have to stick together and roll like a squad. And there is Hats dropping out of the shadow just under the shroud position and will wipe out the said member of Extinct. And now the ESEA has a ticking bomb on it, and now Ground Zero will be wanting to take that back. They're well equipped to do so on firepower alone, but we've seen time and again that that's only a part of the story. You got to hit your shots as well. We'll see how it all plays out. And Imagine and Burn are in a tit-for-tat affair, but now it is Burn versus 2, and now None versus 2, and Ins will get the final frag there. And Order have taken the lead again, but Ground Zero are definitely not going quietly.
Not at all. And I mean, when you see some of the players on their team, you have to expect that it wouldn't be like they wouldn't go that quietly. You know that they could put up a fight, but again, taking it to Order to the degree they have was not what I expected. Of course, if we are just tuning in, this is Order versus Ground Zero. We are also going to have Order versus MC after this. And I, of course, am Graham Morrison, joined by Justin Cyberwaste. I don't know your last name. I think it's Lutzy.
Lutz. Got close.
I was close. I'm sorry. I tried.
Oh,
But you know
no,
who
man.
else tried? Ground Zero's defense with these pistols, and they've been run over.
Ah, nice tie in there. And contrary to the previous rounds where Ground Zero were in this situation, it's looking a lot more difficult now. But that being said, Void's squared it a tiny bit by forcing one rebuy, but that will be about it. In order to survive with 4, and are now 6-4 up with 10 rounds gone. And well, Ground Zero, they can't pony up the cash to put up a feasible buy, so expect a couple deagles, some nades, and armor on Nickers. Interesting.
Well, with the way that he has been playing, you have to imagine that's the player you'd want. But how when Alistair is just running over people in mid, 2 quick op kills. Rest in peace. Nice flashbang into Squeaky. No one home though. In sitting nice and passive, waiting for it. He gets the kill. Because still here on the A-bomb site with that armor starting to be wrapped around. Will find the kill onto Imagine. Can he recover the gun is the question. Inz is there. Nade's going to come through. Doesn't connect. And now Nick is getting a second one with the burn. Are you okay on the other side of the map finding the kill? Yeah, he'll go down to Alistair as well. But now with a little bit of armor, there's an AK for Nickez in a 1v2. Alistair, though, he's going to challenge this. Was it spotted out? Oh, just whiffed the shot. Nickez, I thought he was going to find that kill. And that surely could have been the round. But now 20 HP. This is going to be tougher for him. Changes where he's coming from. He was fast about it, so they may not expect it. They'll have heard the drop now, though. And especially with those shots. This 1v2, though, not looking good for him. Neither player obliging with a peek. I think he might just be trying to pen them on this site so that they're down with the bomb. And if he cannot find a kill. That looks to be the name of the game at this point. Keep them in there.
Because if both of these order members, especially Alistair, he has the far more valuable weapon on his back. If he goes down with the bomb, it's going to be rough. But it does not end up going down. But Hats does pay his life to save that up. So one survives. Order are 1 round away from winning out the half. That Ground Zero in these last few rounds, they've definitely made Order sweat.
And still in around in a game where I feel like it could be the difference maker. We see no Krieg, we see no Og. Devastating. As Destiny is tagged up. I think that was Alistair with an op shot, perhaps. I didn't quite get a look at that. Op shot through the wall through a thicker wall would definitely have done 32 damage. And oh my lord! Nick is just spraying through the door. Down goes Inz. And make him pick off Alistair as well. He's being the talisman for his team, 13-7. Next closest player is 7-8. So doing a lot of work right now, but will it be enough? 2 quick kills to get the start. Everything you could have asked for, Cyberwaste.
Indeed, right through the door, which has quashed any sort of aggressive attack that you would have onto the A site, and that's definitely a stunted Order in terms of how they're going to attack things. And Ground Zero are well and truly prepared for any eventual attack if it does end up coming out on the A site. And it looks like the bomb is on the back of Imagine, and he's wanting to have another go at it. And to actually take that exit, it's up to the rest of the Ground Zero defense to hold the line. And it looks like Order have done a part of dissecting this defense, and it looks like it has been successfully breached. But Imagine's very tagged up and a little bit uneasy in terms of where Ground Zero are perched and ready to retaliate. And you see Void going up highway. Looks like both the Order members might not expect the current positioning, despite being so common. But Imagine you don't really have to worry all that much when you can put a rimmed cartridge right in Void's teeth. Now it's on to Burn in a duel with Zeph, the new signee for Order.
Burn gets the kill. Does he have time for this? He doesn't have a kid. Is there one anywhere? He can't do it. So even though he wins the clutch with a couple nice op kills in that 1v2, bomb still goes up. Order still claim the round. That's heartbreaking for him.
Yeah, definitely. That's even if even if the member did go down, that was all he needed to do, which is buy enough time for the bomb to explode. If you look at Grad Zero's buy, it's just left it in a really bad state of disarray. This is not where you want to be at this stage of the half. Yeah, they have 4 rounds, but they'll definitely be hungry for more, but they don't have a lot to really mount a stern enough reply to really buy them any more chances into this. But people have done a lot more with a lot less. We'll see how Ground Zero end up trying to battle back into this map, and it's well and truly possible.
Well, it doesn't help when they lose another player.
No, and then another shortly after. Just being surgical and patient are Order in terms of their attacks. Now Burn and Void against 5 extremely cranky Order players. And well, Burn will definitely be aiming to hang on to the AWP at all costs. There's no doubt about that.
Well, he found a kill on ends. That's not quite hanging on to it. Not quite really doing much damage. And now Void 1v4. His chances, I mean, he has chances. He has a kit. He's got an M4. Zeph right around the corner. Here's his first challenge. Not going to win the duel, though. Easy one tap for Zeph. I think he heard the weapon swap, which is why he was aware the player was there. And nice, meticulous shot for him, getting that kill. 9 rounds for Order. And they have found the cruise control switch, Cyber Waste. And it is well and truly on.
Yep, you can basically call this autopilot, and this is going to be a gimme for Ground Zero. They're going to have to take this. Yeah, their pistol price has been on display, and yeah, it's quite entertaining to watch in brutal honesty, but 9 times out of 10, you would have to give this to Order, and with very minimal impact.
Is that a kid in the background?
Yes, it is.
Is it your kid? Do you have a kid?
Oh. I do not.
Okay. Whose kid is it? This is the important question.
I think that belongs to my roommate, but
nice.
Whatever. Yeah, it's cool.
Well, you know who is being treated like kids right now? Extinct, as he just gets run over and hits his head against the wall, and kind of just bounces right back up.
That's not what you do with kids, man.
They run into tables and they just bounce right back up.
You said run them over. That's not what you do with kids. That's not what I meant to
say. He got yeah, okay.
There is a reply frag.
I was trying to find a way to tie that all in, and it didn't work out. Okay, maybe you run over kids.
Direction.
Maybe you run over kids like that dog that you accidentally hit in the middle of the street. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this. Save me before I do anything.
Now we know where the artist formerly known as Dreamboat. The boat capsized. Oh, speaking of capsizing, that is just basically tipping Alistair over with a blunt force trauma wound from a 50 Action Express. That'll be all he'll be able to muster. The bomb will explode. Does Void escape with his life? Yeah, Order aren't going to challenge that. And Order enter double digits. And, well, yeah, the damage is done, and that's all well and good, but it's kind of useless because we're at round 15, and Grad Zero, they'll definitely be looking to go into the change with 5 rounds.
Yeah, 10-5 is a lot less daunting than 11-4. And it's going to be a straight B hit. Burn is going to get the first kill, but he gets run over, as does Void. B has fallen. 3 men on this retake. It's going to be Destiny, Extinct, and Nikez. Mollies into heaven, though. So many more mollies that can go up here. The nades, the flashes, the mollies. Oh, my. This is that much tougher, but the players are actually on the other side of it. Destiny's taken up kind of heavily from it, but another molly. Nikez going down. It's just Extinct now, 1v4. He has a molly, and you might be thinking about just planting it at his feet and calling it a day. He's going for it. Spots out 1 player. He's killed regardless. Rest in peace. 11-4 Order. Cruise through half.
And you'd definitely be happy with that effort, especially that last round. It was quite well in almost every sense of the word. It was straight fire. So many Molotovs and optimal usage of said utilities. It just ran through the B side, just basically like a glorious tank telling Grad Zero, "Get out of the way, or you shall perish." And now, Ground Zero, it is crunch time for you. You are now on the attack. Order are your defenders. And we'll see how they will buy themselves out. We have Inns with a couple of flashes to his name, and Zeph looks like he's just decided to armor in. So Inns will be Nade Man and Kit, and looks like Ground Zero
Well,
basically just
we'll
going to be armored up moles.
we'll see how well he knows the ins and out of this map when it comes to flashes. There's the first one in towards A main. Not able to find much, and they are going up to Shroudy. Will Destiny expect that? And could there be a kill there? Squeaky has been opened. Yin's just tapping away. See, only action so far.
Can't blame. Oh my goodness, Inns just popped his head like a grape. See you later, Destiny. You will be benched for the next minute or so. What a way to go.
Well, with that regroup coming towards the B bomb site, Imagine is in a great spot though in checkers. Do they check this? They don't have a molly to do it. It would have to be the flashbang. And I'm not sure that's where they'd want to expend it, as Hats is sitting at headshot. These two players sitting in a great spot, and Hats getting the first kill. That means Imagine peeks out, now finds 1-2. Make that a second one. Bomb is down. It is just a burn up in boost. Spots one out. Actually does great damage to Inns. Will he find the next kill though? Zeph tapping away. Still not there either. Spots him out. Taking the duel. And Burn gets the kill onto Zeph. That's something.
It's a small accomplishment, but you've still got a lot to do. And Alistair has the knife out. Just want to have a go at it, and it will put the butterfly knife right into Bird's skull. And well, that's a hefty bit of coin for that knife kill onto the final member of Ground Zero for the round. And well, if you order, you'd be seriously elated. Not only because you got that jolt of confidence from getting a knife kill, but the economic thing going forward. The economics are just going to look so good with that extra cash.
Yeah, the economics turning into super frickonomics. They start to run forward towards this B-bomb set being mowed down. Imagine getting a couple kills right there. Make me a third. No, Void actually getting that one with the Glock. Will be mowed down by the remaining teammates. And now Burn is on 1 HP with a Glock. Goodbye him. Hats gets the kill. They recover the M4. Everybody's happy. And it is Sunday night.
Indeed. Welcome to a new day. Yes, it is. Right. Well,
Don't you dare be sour.
Yes.
Clap for your world famous order as they look to roll to the end of this map.
They're gonna be ordering up plenty of pancakes. See, there's a tie into their socials.
I mean, their logo kind of looks like a
sparse.
pancake with a couple strawberries on it, maybe? I don't know.
I don't know. We'll have to figure that out.
Their logo always seemed weird to me.
I like it. It's simple. It's marketable. And it's easily reproducible. Oh, extinct in a bad way. in the vents, he had many a thing thrown at him, and Imagine's Flames will end up claiming that scalp. But this is Ground Zero's ticket to try to get into the B-side problem, but Hats is standing tall for the time being. But Inns can't stand anymore. He got riddled with Galil bullets.
Well, good flank from Alistair finds Burn. Destiny falls as well. And Order 2 rounds away from taking their first match before we head into the second one versus MZ. That is 20 minutes away from that game currently, based on scheduled time. So we might have a short break if they end it quickly, if Ground Zero can get some feet under them with a Galil, an AK, and 3 Deagles? Perhaps not.
Oh, he definitely did
Oh.
try though. Poor Void just got railed by Alistair. A lot of damage done though. He got down to 4 HP. So Alistair with the most valuable weapon, maybe wanting to choose his next battles carefully.
Well, he's got the Bogdan low health player, got the op. Works out. Will he be able to make it sing on low HP, especially stacked up towards the bomb site?
If the Sonic Ground Zero do end up stepping into the air bomb site, they're just going to be told, you came to the wrong neighborhood. And well, Alistair does sound the warning shot and says, yeah, we took Destiny too. Come to us. We fear no one. And now it is a Galil and 2 Deagles versus the Order squad at large.
Oh, that nade from Zeph didn't go far enough. Doesn't matter though. Still finds the kill. 15-4.
Match point, and you can almost guarantee, just based on the snapshot that we see going into this round, this is just going to be Order easy as you like. But Ground Zero do not want to go quietly to the good night. They do have AKs on them, and well, if you get one in the melon, that is a CT that is hitting the deck. And that's exactly what you'd want.
Will Ground Zero win this round? It says it's possible.
Definitely is.
So Bixby believes. That is, of course, the Samsung version of Siri. And with a quick trade there, that's not so bad. They have the man advantage now. And Burn up mid has found the kill onto ins, so 2-man advantage. A bomb site's fallen. I think Bixby was right to say that this was possible.
And Alice says try to reply, and Hats does as well. But no bomb carrier spotted, so that is one advantage for Ground Zero. And the B site's completely vacated. And well, looking at the current layout of Order, how they are, like Alistair's at half health, and Hats is a little bit tagged up as well. Does Order actually go for this? Well, they answered my question. They're already positioned to try and do so, and Extinct actually got Molotovs out of position. So this is definitely workable for Order, but they basically have to go now.
Oh, they did it! What do you know? Void winning 1v1.
Well, Void essentially was the bookend for that one. He got the first frag and the last to keep Ground Zero in this. And yes, Mr. Morris said we have our first Krieg sighting. He is on the back of Extinct. So wait and see how that will end up going into the fray. And In's moving right under the boost position. Probably hearing a lot of pitter-pattering around A main. And we'll be
Alistair is going to be so key right here. First shot is huge. Gets Burn. Are you okay? Player coming out. Oh, he gets another one. Well, he found a third. You better believe it. A fourth, too. Is he on for the ace? Not like this for Ground Zero. It is just him, and it is Alistair with the walk-off ace. Goodbye, Ground Zero.
Goodbye and good night. Alistair says, I want to move on to the next map. Put it up on my back, and I will show you and show the masses on Twitch what I can do. And he just swept the Gretzner out with authority.
Oh, dear Lord. I'm watching this again just for the beauty. It's so nice. All the shots. Rest in peace, Alistair. That was so sick.
It was
So, it's, I'm taking a minute to catch my breath, compose myself off off that absolutely mental play. Woo!
Indeed.
What I do have to say is I'm excited to see more of Alistair on the op. I like how my camera's just spinning for the stream. They can't see me. I can see myself. Press F to pay respect. I am the ghost of Graham past, present, and future.
Hi, internet. I'm still here and still reeling from that run from Alistair. That's how you end a map and you want to go home. That's essentially what it was.
Well, he's not going home. He's staying on cash. Wait. I saw what Mitch just said, but I like it. Hi, I'm apparently a beautiful British caster. Now,
Wow, where were you British? Excuse me.
Harry is a beautiful man. What can I say?
Oh, dude. Yeah, we could. Yeah,
So
there's no doubt about that. But
I'm gonna try
that
and
will
just
be the
flick my cam here and see if it fixes itself. We'll see. Am I back? Am I live?
Hello.
Hi.
Are you back and in living color? Wonderful.
I am in living color, and I am the cult of personality.
All right. Well, that is the first map of our order doubleheader done and dusted, and it was 16-5 to order, and we'll be sort of trying to compose our final our thoughts after Alistair just put the entire of Grad Zero down. Well, aside from a couple of
When you
hiccups
can
for
just
order,
walk off an ace, it's like, yeah, he was feeling it in this game. He had some nice shots.
It did it like
He
it was
had,
nothing too. That's
he had,
the
he
insane
had his
bit.
moments where it was just like, yeah, okay, he's hitting shots, he's feeling good. But as soon as you saw him get that first shot on the pixel, you're like, okay, he's gonna get at least another one here. Gets the next one. And then you're like, wait a second, is he actually going to do this? Like, you start to believe. He hits, I think it was that third shot that was the stupid flick where you barely saw him on your screen. It's like, all right, he's got the ace. Like, I didn't even need to see the last two kills. After that third one, I'm like, yeah, okay, this is done. This is it. This is Alistair's round. He's got it.
Alistair's hit a power beyond comprehension. And well, he just laid Ground Zero to waste and blew them all up. Anyway, after all that, I think we got that all out of our system. At least I like to think so. We do have another game for you tonight. It's also going to be another cage game. We will have Order and MC going at it in Mountain Dew League's 29th season for Australia. And that studly gentleman is the artist formerly known as Dreamboat, Mr. Graham Morrison. My name is Justin Lutz, aka Cyber Waste, and we shall return very shortly with our second set of second map.
I am excited. I am excited.
I'm excited. I'm your co-caster. Calm down.
Thanks, Dad.